Okay, let's look at another file. Here's a common scenario. This profile was generated from Fusion 360, where there's a little setting where you can ask it to put a smaller radius in the inside corners so that the end mill isn't buried in the corner, and sometimes it will squeal, chatter a little bit. So that's an option. These happen to have a 25 thou radius in the corners. You can see they're all on all the profiles. So this is another example I want to show you. So if we look at the code, we could see the G41 has a D of 60 thou, so that'll be a 30 thousandths radius. And I'll slow this down and we'll let that go. Oh, that's not right. I think we're getting inches for some reason. This file might not have a G20 in it. So let's go ahead and try that again. Cycle start. You can see down here in the status it says we get a 30 thou, and it's using the corner roll technique. So this all looks good. One thing I want to show you is how it can be a little deceiving a little bit. It's stopped at this point, but this isn't necessarily where the error is found, because GRBLHAL has a buffer built in. You're probably aware of this. It's already sent 19 lines of code through the system, but the machine has just not gotten there yet. So these are all in the queue. All right, so it's actually stopping here, not where it looks like. So it is reporting properly, but it's kind of way ahead of things. And it's actually stopping up here because this is a 25 thou radius in this corner. I have another software where we can kind of see this. So line 19 is right here. So it's gotten to this element down, and then looking at these two elements, and it's finding when it offsets this one, it's ends up being flipped to a negative. So it's smart enough to know to stop there, which is great. But here's also another that units. I got to fix that file to put a G20 in it. If we go to the settings and we enable a look ahead, so if you have the memory in your microcontroller, this is probably a cool feature to have on. We'll save the settings. I'm going to set these to 0, reset. Okay, so it looks like it's picked up the correct tool diameter, and we'll run this again. And it, too fast, sorry. We'll reset that. I want that to look smooth. Again, that's because the positions are coming from the reporting system. There we go. That's not too bad. We'll let that run. So with the advanced look ahead, which is it costs a little bit more memory, and if you do use this part profile programming, it can be a good feature. So you can see it's going to allow it to get into that corner. It's essentially making a square corner. It's not cutting. It's looking ahead enough to know that it can trim out those little fillets. So that's another example in case that's a feature you'd like to use. I think the times where it's nice to be able to work the part profile is the G code. If you read the G code, if you're into that, it often matches up with your drawing numbers really well. That's one benefit. Or if you have a very simple shape and you just want to bang in some numbers with a hand type a program, it's easier to look at a drawing and hand type numbers that are right on the part profile. So therefore you would use Cutter-comp that's full diameter and offset. And also negative value is supported. So if you're using a wear offset, or either case, if the D is a negative value, it will essentially put the tool on the other side. That works really well when you're using it for a wear offset. So if you're just putting in a few thou plus or minus and you're trying to dial in a fit, maybe a box cover or something like that, it's nice to be able to put in negative values without having to change it to a G42. So it essentially flips it to a G42 when you put in a negative value. So, so there we have it. Feedback is welcome.